Do you ever do this, Glasgow? Do you ever get asked to do the washing up and you do it really badly on purpose so you never get asked again? Do you do that? My girlfriend does that with blowjobs. Seriously, her blowjobs suck. And it's not just me, a lot of my friends have commented. My girlfriend likes to have the lights on during sex, because she likes to be able to read. Which I think is to be encouraged in a girl of her age. I'm kidding. She's actually scared of the dark. That divides people though, doesn't it? Some people like the lights on, some people always have to have the lights off. I like the lights on during sex. My best mate likes to have the lights off. And fair enough, his missus is a pig. My girlfriend and I, we do a little bit of role play in the bedroom. I pretend to be a swarthy Italian Lothario, and she pretends to be asleep. She gets pretty into it as well. Sometimes she's there for 7 or 8 hours. I'm actually quite conservative sexually. I tried S&M once. Well, I say I tried S&M. I punched a girl. Who's in a long-term relationship? Give us a shout if you're in a long-term relationship, yes? Oh, loads of us this year. Okay, well, you'll know as I know, in a long-term relationship, it's all about compromise. It's about finding that common ground, because if you're not both happy, neither of you can independently be happy. No one's happy when the other half has got a face on, are you? So you've got to find that common ground. Here's a good example of compromise from my life. This happens a lot in our house. I want to go out for the evening, a night out. She wants a romantic night in. So as a compromise, we go dogging. We don't. I suggested having sex outside once and she went, "What if someone comes?" I said, "We'll go home." Okay, I've got a question for the men of Glasgow, okay? You're representing the men of Britain this evening, okay? I've got a question for you, gentlemen. Has any man in this room ever used the phrase, making love? No, why, no, of course fucking not. Purely the preserve of the ladies. Ladies love that phrase, making love. Making love. Making love. But you know why it's called making love? It's because we're going to make you do it, love. Thanks very much. Fucking right. I got stopped by one of those charity muggers. You know the ones with the clipboard in the high street? And you think, oh, I've dodged him, and then there's another, oh. They work in teams, I don't know how they do it. Anyway, I got stopped, I got cornered. He said, "Can I have a word about the homeless?" I said, "Certainly." Lazy. Off you fuck. I was in London and I saw a homeless guy with a dog on a piece of string. Classic look for a homeless guy. Yes. And I was walking by and the homeless guy said, "Could you spare some money for food?" And my friend said, "Eat the dog, then we'll talk." Even I thought that is harsh. I'm joking, I didn't. Truth be told, there was no friend there, I said it. I was just checking to see you thought it was funny first. I do a lot of gigs for people less fortunate than me. Only last week I was in Stoke. For those of you that don't know, it's sort of the English equivalent of Dundee. Are there people in from Dundee? Oh, there's some girls in from Dundee. That's good, because I've got money for chips and I wouldn't mind sex. I like the fact the girls from Dundee applauded that. Just the, yeah, you're going, yeah, fuck, chips. Ooh. Should I do my impression of me seducing a girl from Dundee? That's all you need. Oh. Fucking marvellous. Now listen, this isn't what the show is about at all, but I was briefly going to tell you about a thing that I'm doing at the moment. It means a lot to me, and I was just going to take a moment of your time. I've started a little charity, just a little thing of my own, and it's going great, but I didn't want to put anything up on big screens or put any leaflets out or anything in the programme. I was just going to briefly tell you what the charity that I've set up does, and then if you want to get involved, you could just Google it. But it's not really what the evening's about. The evening's just about having a laugh, but I thought I might just... Sorry, I'm wittering on now. But you could just look it up and Google it if you want to get... I'm just saying, because you could be proactive rather than me sort of forcing it down, because people get bored of that. Okay, what we do is we send obese children to the rainforest. I don't mind you tittering, because we're already seeing fabulous results. And if you want to be part of that, it's feedthetigers.com. Their faces light up. Not the children, obviously, they're fucking petrified. Although it is quite ironically funny seeing them trying to run away. He's a bit late for cardiovascular now. You should have thought of that when you were waddling to Greg's, you fat fuck. Flooding. Flooding's pretty bad. I saw a woman on the news in her flooded front room crying. I thought, crying's not open. If anything, you're making matters worse, love. I am committed to getting young girls off the streets. Sometimes it's just for a half hour, but it relaxes me. I find it very relaxing. Sorry, I'm not sounding very charitable. I do my bit. I've created a foundation for battered women. It's really thick to hide the bruising. It's weird. Domestic abuse is still a real sort of taboo subject, isn't it? People don't like talking about domestic abuse, and ironically, that makes the problem much worse, because the charities that deal with domestic abuse, their problem is a problem of communication, because the women that they're trying to reach out and communicate with, the battered wives, are the very women that won't shut up and listen. Tragically, this is the only language they understand. I don't know what that is. That's like the lion from The Wizard of Oz. I wouldn't last a fucking day in this city, would I? Sorry, I know there's a degree of civic pride in Glasgow because domestic abuse was invented right here, wasn't it? Around the turn of the century. Well done, we salute you. What, someone say something there? Old Firm Day is Domestic Violence Day. Is that a thing? Is that real? There's a woman there just going... Oh, yeah. What, sorry, just tell me that again. So when Rangers play Celtic, it's the day for domestic abuse. I fucking love it that you've got it diarised. Has anyone had this recently? Has anyone made an appointment with the doctors recently? I phoned up for an appointment with my doctor and I got an appointment in 3 weeks' time. I thought, that's good, I'll either be better or dead. But then they gave me option B. They said, well, you can come down and see the locum doctor. It's not your doctor, it's just our doctor we've got down there. And if it's serious, you can come down and wait. So that's what I did. I went down to the doctor's surgery and I waited for like 4 hours. And eventually I got called into the little treatment room with the doctor. Walked in there. Stunning looking doctor. I mean, properly 10 out of 10. Absolutely gorgeous. Exactly my type. I went, I'm embarrassed. She said, I'm a professional, you're a grown man, just tell me what the problem is. I said, okay. I think my cock tastes funny. I don't know if you got a test for that, but I've had an idea. It's weird, the gender stereotype in that joke, isn't it? Like the idea that when I say doctor, most people imagine a man. That's very odd, because we all know there's loads of female doctors, but if you're honest, when I say doctor, do you imagine a man? Yes? It's weird. And when a nurse is even worse. If I say nurse, do you imagine a woman? Sounds like a slightly overactive imagination there. Oh, yes. I mean like a proper nurse, not like a stripper in a pub. When I say nurse, do you imagine a woman? Yes? But we all know there's loads of male nurses. Although it's not pronounced male, you don't call them male nurses. It's actually pronounced male nurses. Not that I don't want to offend any male nurses, or indeed your boyfriends. Just nod that one in, good. I'll never forget what my granddad said to me. I shit in a bag, please kill me. A great way to warm up pensioners in winter is cremation. Do you know you lose 50% of your taste buds by the time you're 75, so it is okay for your nana to live on cat food? My nana, my mum's mum, used to make me a jumper every Christmas. Did anyone else have that? She used to make me a jumper every Christmas. Much better than the ones in the shops. No. No, it isn't. I remember one year she made me this burgundy monstrosity. Sleeves way too long, and in the front she'd embroidered, "Blacks go home." I said, I'm not wearing that. It's burgundy. And the sleeves are too long, you crazy racist hooer. My girlfriend recently had a phantom pregnancy, and now we have a little baby ghost. It's quite a sweet joke, isn't it? It's not hurting anyone, and that's why every time I tell that joke, I kick a tramp. Even things up karmically. Who's got kids? Have you got kids? You've got kids? Okay, I've got kids. Well, I've adopted, but it's the same, innit? It's a family. Well, fostered, but as I say, there's a bit of paperwork, it's nothing. Sponsored. I've sponsored a child. Well, it's not a child, it's a panda. Well, it's a donkey. I didn't sponsor her, I gave it half an apple through a fence. That always gets the same reaction. It's always the woman going, that's not the fucking same. And the bloke going, have you? Good. As long as I don't have to see a fucking photo of it. A lot of men use moisturiser, but I'm old-fashioned. I just spit on my hand. What did you think we were talking about? Oh, come on, don't give me that look. We've all been there. Come on, love, the film starts in 10 minutes. We haven't got time for your fancy foreplay or your expensive lubricant. We're going to be buttering the baking tray the old-fashioned way. Ironically, buttering the baking tray is the phrase that will stick. So you've just given him a look as if to say, I thought you invented that. How does he know what we do? Flavoured condoms. Has anyone in here had any dealings with flavoured condoms? A few of you. The girl from Dundee's thinking, I thought that was one of my 5 a day. Another banana, lovely. My point on flavoured condoms is they are a waste of money. Okay? Turns out my girlfriend doesn't have a sense of taste in her front bottom. Or back cunt. Which is just as well if you think about it. Well, don't think about it. I feel like I've been up here long enough. I can open up a little bit. I can share with you. Glasgow this year, I can share, yes? Okay. My girlfriend has fallen asleep during sex before. That is embarrassing. That is awkward. But not as awkward as the time she woke up during it. Hello, love. You're up early? Yeah, I was just getting on with a little bit of sex. I'll make you a cup of tea when I'm finished. That'll help get rid of the taste. Yeah, I know it's weird. I've seen a doctor. Good, well, that's pretty much the first half of my show, ladies and gentlemen. But it's mainly me talking in the first half. Any questions so far? Anything else you'd like to know? Yes, I'm going to presume all the questions are for me. If I'm not being too starry and arrogant. Although there's something about my name in this town. Jimmy! Just sounds right. Go on, what was the question?
What would you rather do? Suck off your dad or lick out your mum?
Wow. Yes, I think if I'm not mistaken, that's one of Wittgenstein's theorems. You'd suck off his mum. He's done you. He has done you. I'm not from Perth, so I may never have to make that decision. Fucking hell, you sound like you come from a very broken home. I'm not suggesting you fucked your mum, but only because you wouldn't want to two-time your sister. Why do I laugh like a sexual predator? I like the way that sexual predator sounds better in your accent than any other. A sexual predator. I don't know why I laugh like that. It's one of life's mysteries. In the same way as why you dressed as a gay lumberjack. We may never know. I like big, thick logs. Yeah. How big's my cock? Well, I'm not sure whether your mother would be comfortable discussing it, but it's... Truth be told, it's quite small, but it smells like a big one. What, sorry? Where's the weirdest place I've had sex? His mum's bum. Classic. I'm joking, of course. It was his dad's. Any other questions, thoughts? Why do I look like Hitler? 999. Who said that? Sorry? Who? What hotel? Ah, well, it's quite a posh one, so it'll have to be your place. I don't think they'll let you in. They've got a policy on that sort of thing. And even though I'm not paying you, it looks like I am. Yeah, go on.
Where's your best audience?
What, sorry?
Where's your best audience?
What's the best audience? Well, without being sort of, sycophantic, sir, without sucking up to you, he said in a very patronising manner. Glasgow's pretty good. I mean, that's why I'm recording the DVD here. But I don't know if you noticed the cameras, but it's just a fun place. Well, I'll tell you a quick story about Glasgow, just before we move on. I'll tell you the reason I'm recording the DVD here. The first time I ever came to Glasgow to play at the Stand Comedy Club, I got in the back of a taxi, yeah? And I said to the bloke, because I wanted to make a reference to where was rough in town. So I said, excuse me, driver, where's rough in Glasgow? And he said, for you, everywhere. And then I was on stage later that night, on stage, and I told that story on stage, and all I said was, and I thought this was a comment that was beyond any kind of argument, all I said was, Glasgow is quite an aggressive town. And a guy down the front went, no, it fucking isn't it? No hint of irony. No, it fucking isn't it? I thought this place will do for me. Yeah. Do you all like drinks and sweets, yes? Everyone likes drinks and sweets. Do you sometimes get annoyed paying regular prices for sweets? Do you wish you could pay 2 or 3 times as much for exactly the same Maltesers? Because if you do, you are in luck. We're about to have an interval, and this venue is about to rape you. I'll meet you back here in 20 minutes for more jokes. See you then.